Vigo's in the midst of a fair period, and it's the worst. I feel like fair periods are one of those things that no one talks about when you're bringing a puppy home. So let's talk about it. Fair periods are what they say on the tin. It's a period of time when your puppy or dog will be unusually afraid of sounds, new things. And typically there will be two that happen in puppyhood. The first one will happen between I think it's between 8 to 12 weeks of age, which is difficult because that's when you bring your puppy home, right? And so they might be in their fear period when you bring them home for the first time, which is scary for them and for you. The second one normally happens, I think, between 6 to 10 months. Vigo's 5.5 months old, so this is early for him. I feel like I triggered it. I don't know if that's a thing, but I feel like I triggered it, and I'll tell you why and how. So how do you know if your puppy's in a fear period? Basically, they will be more afraid of things than usual. For example, I tried to take Vigo on 2 walks yesterday, and both times I think we made it about 20 feet from our house, and he started being afraid. At one point, there was a kid playing football in front of us, and Vigo literally climbed into a bush and would not come out. I had to carry him home. Other examples, this morning, my husband took him outside to go potty and a truck drove by and scared him. And Vigo was so afraid, he didn't even run up the stairs to get back to our front door. He tried to climb over the wall to get to the landing where the stairs lead to. Poor guy. He's going through it. We are just trying to kind of take it as it comes and take his pace as the pace. I'm not forcing him into anything. We have a training session booked for tomorrow. I'm tempted to call them and see if they'll cancel it for us because I just don't think him being around a bunch of barking dogs is going to help him right now. We're just trying to be patient with him. He's been very affectionate and very clingy, which has actually been kind of sweet because normally he's a pretty independent dog. But yesterday I was about to leave the house and he had his little head on my lap. But yeah, he's just afraid of everything and his pace is the pace. So we're just writing it out with him. The last time that he had a fear period, I think it lasted about 2 weeks. So hopefully by next weekend, he'll be kind of out the other side of it. And in terms of how I think I triggered this, and maybe this is just coincidence, but I don't think it is. On Tuesday, it was my grandmother's birthday. My grandmother passed away about 1.5 years ago now. And my mom, my sister, and I decided that we were gonna make my granny's favorite cake, famous cake, and her favorite cake from the different parts of the world that we're at. So I'm in the US, my sister's in Trinidad, and my mom's in the UK. We were making this cake and I turned the blender on and Vigo went to the door and started crying. So I thought he needed to go out and potty. So I took him out to potty, I brought him back in, got back to what I was doing, turned the blender on again and found that he was crying again. So I thought, okay, let me put him in the bedroom so he doesn't have to hear it. Put him in the bedroom, finished up with my cake, went to the bedroom afterwards to check on him. And he had climbed onto my chest of drawers and was hiding behind the plants that we keep on my dresser. He was just sat in the corner of the room on the dresser behind the plants hiding. Ever since then, he's just not been himself. It's tough. If your dog has had kind of a personality change and they're kind of in that age range and you think it could be a fair period, there you go. I don't think people talk about this. So I think if I didn't know, I would probably be like, what is wrong with him? Whereas I understand now that it's like a developmental thing. That's totally normal with puppies, even though it's quite difficult to watch. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions. And as always, if you would like to come along with us on the journey of hopefully raising Vigo to be a brilliant family dog post fair period, make sure you give us a follow.